Try and look at me. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I can avoid that. Yeah.
Pretend it's not there.
All right.
So,
Hey.
Hey.
tell me about GNS.
In general.
Yeah. What? So is this? You've done this before?
Yeah,
What
this
you've
is
done?
this is my third with this company, and I'd never even looked at GNS before I went into audition. I can remember auditioning and running around in a dress and a shawl in the top of the union, thinking, "What audition have I come into?" It was mental, and I love it now. I think it's so clever. I think especially this company, the way they do all their stuff, it's really accessible. A lot of the comedy's a lot more accessible than it would have been if I'd have just gone and seen a standard opera. I think it makes a lot more sense in a way. You kind of see all the little bits bubble out because you're just looking at a load of men and messing around, really. having a good time.
So what were the other two that you did, and when did you do those?
Last year was Iolanthe UK tour, and the year before was the Mikado UK tour. So they're both tours. So we've done Richmond in London, but we haven't done Wilton before, and this is really special, really, isn't it?
Well, it's a beautiful
venue's amazing.
And this is your first GNS?
It is. It is indeed. And it's
What attracted you to the project?
I've worked with Sasha before. I worked with Sasha on Blondel with Tim Rice, and I actually got a phone call saying they couldn't find a Pirate King, and it was a no promises kind of, come in audition for us, see what you can do. And I went in, and I just gave them my version of what it was, and I guess it worked out. Because I was next to just big burly guys who looked like, literally like Captain Morgan's rum, with a massive beard. And I was like, I have not got this job. Literally sat next to him like, what are you in for? Pirate King.
Oh no.
Pirate King.
Oh no.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what merited me to get the role, but I'm in it, and I'm doing it, and I'm having a blast. It's fantastic. Gilbert and Sullivan is so much fun. It's really nice to use the part of the voice that I'm using personally, to have that legit sound in a range that I don't feel. It's a tough sing, but it's also accessible in my own way, that I feel like I can sustain it and feel comfortable with it.
And we, especially the ensemble boys, and a lot of the boys who do, the boys and the girls, our voices feel rock solid when we're doing this show, because we're singing, some of us are singing bass and soprano 8 shows a week.
Dan's the utility man. Dan does everything.
So, but my voice never sounds stronger than when I'm doing one of these shows, because it's such a workout. It stretches every part of your voice when you're doing it. So, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
And for you, what's it like to be in this venue?
There's something really. No, magicals, or I don't want to use the word magical, but
magical,
honestly, it is magical. It literally is magical. When we came in for the to have a bit of a site visit, you literally step even through the doors into the foyer area. It's so old and rustic and full of cobblestones and all that. It's just beautifully designed. Then I can remember walking out into the actual venue, into the theatre space, and everyone's mouths just dropped. And we're like, oh my! It's just the most incredible. I can't believe it's been renovated so well.
Yeah.
It feels like we're, 100 years ago.
Yeah. It's full of history, and you can feel it, and the acoustics in this building are stunning. And I think it's so, I've never been here before, and I think it's so beautiful, this piece in this venue, and I can't imagine other pieces suiting this venue so well. But I feel like our show really does.
Well, especially when we tour, usually we don't use head mics or anything. We use 3 floor mics when we tour. But for this venue, it is completely acoustic. We don't have to change our voices in any way, which means we could go in on the stage, stand there, and mix ourselves, and it just the sound just gets funneled straight out. It's so incredibly designed, and you don't get theatres like that anymore. They are designed for an acoustic sound with no big flashing lights and big sound systems,
And what would you tell somebody who has never been to a GNS show before? What can they expect from this show?
They can expect to have a brilliant evening, and I genuinely mean that as well, not as some kind of throwaway comment. You will walk out of here with a smile on your face, And to put it bluntly, if you don't walk out of here with a smile on your face, it's something to do with your day, not the piece. 'Cause
Ultimatum.
It's so beautiful and fun and moving in its own way. You've got a joke a minute, but it's not played for laughs all the time. It's really moving story, a classic story, about a couple and their lives, but it really is moving and it's very funny. And
yeah, and the comedy comes from the fact that you've got a group of men playing women really truthfully,
which is important.
Which is funny anyway. So we can do everything completely truthfully, and the comedy is in the writing. It just comes. It's really nice to be able to do a piece where we don't have to try and force gags in. It's just the writing's already there, and if we just do it, as is, it works really well, doesn't it?
It's held up.
Yeah.
The piece is held up, I guess. Still funny.
Amazing.
That's
Perfect.
it.
Great.
Yeah.
Let you get back.
No worries.
Absolute pleasure.
But